Then he released Barabbas to them. But after having Jesus flogged, not only was Jesus flogged, the whips that they used were this ball of metal shards that ripped open his skin as he was hit. And he took those stripes. I believe there to be 39 stripes that he took. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he took those stripes for our afflictions. Then the governor's soldiers took Jesus into headquarters and gathered the whole company around him. They stripped him and dressed him in a scarlet robe. They twisted together a crown of thorns, put it on his head, and placed a reed in his right hand. And they knelt down before him and mocked him. "Hail, King of the Jews!" Then they spit at him, took the reed, and kept hitting him on the head. When they had mocked him, they stripped him of the robe, put his clothes on him, and led him away to crucify him. As they were going out, they found a Cyrenian named Simon. They forced this man to carry his cross. When they came to a place called Golgotha, which means skull place, they gave him wine mixed with gall to drink. But when he tasted it, he would not drink it. After crucifying him, they divided his clothes by casting lots. Then they sat down and were guarding him there. Above his head, they put up the charge against him in writing, "This is Jesus, King of the Jews." Then 2 criminals were crucified with him, one on the right hand and one on the left. Those who passed by were yelling insults at him, shaking their heads, and saying, "The one who would demolish the sanctuary and rebuild it in 3 days, save yourself if you are the Son of God. Come down from the cross." In the same way, the chief priests with the scribes and elders mocked him and said, "He saved others, but he cannot save himself. He is the King of Israel. Let him come down now from the cross, and we will believe in him. He has put his trust in God. Let God rescue him now, if he wants him, for he said, 'I am God's son.'" In the same way, even the criminals who were crucified with him kept taunting him. From noon until 3 in the afternoon, darkness came over the whole land. About 3 in the afternoon, Jesus cried out with a loud voice, "Eli, Eli, lema sabachthani?" That is, my God, why have you forsaken me?" When some of those standing there heard this, they said, "He's calling for Elijah." Immediately one of them ran and got a sponge filled with sour wine, fixed it on a reed, and offered him a drink. But the rest said, "Let's see Elijah come to save him." Jesus shouted again with a loud voice and gave up his spirit. Suddenly, the curtain of the sanctuary was split from top to bottom. The earth quaked and the rocks were split. The tombs were opened, and many bodies of the saints who had gone to their rest were raised. And they came out of the tombs after his resurrection, entered the holy city, and appeared to many. When the centurion and those with him who were guarding Jesus saw the earthquake and the things that had happened, they were terrified and said, "This man really was God's son." Many women who had followed Jesus from Galilee and ministered to him were there, looking on from a distance. Among them were Mary Magdalene, Mary the mother of James and Joseph, and the mother of Zebedee's sons. On the cross of Calvary, our blessed Savior died. He gave his life to save the world from sin. In his pain and agony, for every sin to hide, shed the blood that stained the old rugged cross. 'Twas his blood, his precious blood, that stained the old rugged cross. 'Twas his love that paid the awful cost. Oh, so far away, come and plunge today in the blood that stained the old rugged cross. To the cross, the rugged cross, they nailed a precious hand, and in death he fully paid the cost. There is pardon in his love for everyone that's done, for the blood that stained the old rugged cross. 'Twas the blood, his precious blood, that stained the old rugged cross. 'Twas his love that paid the awful cost. Oh, so far astray, coming from today. In the blood that stained the old rugged cross. To the cross, the rugged cross, they nailed his precious son, and in death he fully paid the cost. There is pardon in his love for everyone that stands, for the blood that stained the old rugged cross.